All right, welcome to the latest episode of the Coleman Power Organic Fitness Podcast. I have my latest guest and probably new best friend, all right, the likes of Korina Duffy from the likes of Galway, but based in Dublin. That's very important to be clear that straight away. Korina, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on.
No problem at all.
Sorry, yeah, I'm going to knock off the Wi-Fi here on this so we can very...
Good. We're going to be much clearer now, 100%, because I just know that's going to work. Yes, thumbs up all around. All right, Korina, I suppose you're someone who's a founder of, I'm going to say, Eco Fitness, based up in Dublin. But before we get into that and apps and all things, I'm going to say health and fitness, so what you currently do, tell us how you started and what got you into it day one. Because everyone was like, oh, them healthy people, they just, like, they were born healthy and that's them and that's why we can't. Fill us in.
with good intentions, like, because my family, like, when we lived at home, Dad used to grow his own veg and all that kind of crack. But then it all went sideways. You know, you used to have teenagers smoking, drinking, among other things, the fancy stuff to get you high as a kite and wired to the moon. And so I wasn't always healthy. But I suppose it all began fitness for me. I used to play camogie, but very bad. Like, I used to turn up and smoke fags on the pitch. Like, I only was there for the social outlet. So I've always been healthy. I can tell you now that I wasn't. I suppose when I had my first child at 20, just before my 23rd birthday, Leah, it was after that I was kind of like, I got postnatal depression. Obviously, I was very young. It was a lovely surprise at the time. And no friends were having babies, like none of them. And I had a plan, work, house, get the mortgage, blah, 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 blah. And that all got turned up when it's tits up when I got pregnant. So, cut a long story short, it was after Leah that I joined a gym in Oranmore in Galway with these very, very elderly ladies that were doing aerobics. And I was like, this is back. I was the youngest amongst all the retirees doing like aerobics with Leah in the buggy. And that's when I started to get it properly into fitness, was the social aspect. It helped with the feeling down. It got me out of the house. And then I kind of went dabbling in a little bit more then. It was all cardio at the beginning. Never really did weights, only up until about 7 years ago. And at that stage time, we're running restaurants and pubs. Actually leased them out. My ex-husband had a business partner at the time. That's where we began. We met quite young, and then both of us ventured into the restaurant and pub kind of trade together with his business partner. So I was kind of working there at the same time as having Leah and then the baby Nathan. But then I started to do my own thing. The pubs and the restaurants were running themselves. So I wanted to do my own thing. Trained in beauty therapy, worked in that first. But then I wanted to learn how to actually get food, like what's the right healthy food to eat. So I wanted to learn how to do weights properly as well, because I was obviously in the gym. And that's when I went and did a PT course. And I've been, you know yourself how this works. You have to like upskill every year. So like everyone's like, oh, you're a PT, that takes 6 weeks. And I'm like, listen, lads, I'm 16 years at this. And every year I've done a different course. You have to upskill because things change, things move. So it's not just a 6-week course when you're 16 years at it. Like, it's just constantly revolving. You either sit in the pot or get off it and revolve with it till that kind of way. So here I am as Eco Fitness today.
Yeah. I'd love to even further expand on this thing. And actually, where we met in person first was actually at Electric Picnic there. When this will come out, it'll be a few weeks' time, but we actually just recording this directly after Electric Picnic. So, like a lot of people say, going to Electric Picnic or going to any event, and how do you, or anyone else that's healthy, say no to other people in relation to drink or all the unhealthy foods that are there on offer? What and how do healthy people navigate their way through that?
So I don't drink anymore. I gave up the drink 4 years ago. I've had about maybe 5 drinks in the last 4 years. And that was at various occasions. Like the first 2 years, actually, it was this year that I had my first shot because I was afraid to touch it in case I went back. So this year at the ski trip, or last year, sorry, they gave me a glass of Prosecco, finished at ski school, and I drank a little bit and I was like, and I was like, yes, I have beat the poison. And so, not that it's poison, but for me, drink just doesn't suit me, alcohol. So I don't even drink Electric Picnic. So how I navigated it this year and last year was, because I don't drink, I drive up and down. So, and I actually had my food in the car this year because we were obviously our car park because we were there working. our car park was closer to, we say, the entrances. So I actually had my chicken and rice and veg out in the car. So like when I went out to bring one of the guys in with me because he didn't know where he was going, I had a plan that he was coming at 3. I was going to go out and eat my chicken and veg while I was waiting for him. Now I know that sounds mad, but I'm on a bit of a 12-week plan at the moment myself. But last year I ate my food before I went. Like I didn't eat anything while I was in there because I was only staying for the day. And like I had my water and I was happy out, like, you know. Now saying that, I did have curry chips because we waited for Raven, the Lodge, myself and Michael, and I was starving. And I was like, okay, I need to eat something before I go home or else I'm going to get rolled into a ditch. I'm so tired. So we curry chips. So we got the Thai curry chips. But all in all, like, it was grand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's just, I'm delighted you even said that. The idea is there are healthy options that you can plan. Planning to be healthy is probably one of the most important things that I would say for people, whether it's going to a festival for a weekend or a day, or going to the likes of a wedding, which is much more common for people. With weddings seem to be coming up every month for people, including myself. And that's where the people struggle. They say, oh my God, it's so hard to, I'm going to say, eat healthy or stay on track, whether it's that wedding day or that wedding weekend. But for the most part, it's actually a short maybe period that people are actually only focusing in on. It's what you do the Monday the way to the Saturday, whenever the wedding is on. And if you wanted to have, I'm going to say, foods that would be off point, that's okay. But more so, you're training, you're walking, you're moving in some way, shape or form.
Yeah. Now, come here. That was just me this year because I'm training for a 12-week plan. But like, I had a burger the Saturday or the Friday because we were working. But like, if I'm out, I'm out because I'm so good when I'm at home. Like, I'm on point when I'm at home. Because I couldn't be arsed, I'm ready, and I need my meals made. So like when I'm at home, I'm on point. And if I'm out on a date, I'm eating whatever. I'm not going to sit there like a gobshite going, I'm not eating that. But I'll make the healthiest choice that I can, as in I'll have the curry and rice because people are afraid of rice. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the bloody thing. It feeds your muscles, lads. It pops them out. But like if I'm at, this year was different, but last year electric picnic, I wouldn't stop myself either. Like I'd still eat the pizza and share it. Like, I'll go and enjoy it because they're memories, but be on point the rest of the time when you're at home and you have control over it. You know, that kind of. But if you're out 7 days a week, well, then there's an issue then because, you know, you're kind of making that excuse 7 days a week.
Yeah. And that's the killer, right? What we're doing the majority of the time is going to give us those kind of majority of results. Tell us more about this kind of 12-week plan. For expand on that, I kind of know what it is, but more so.
It's only something personally I'm doing myself. I'm not doing it with my members or anything. Like, I've always wanted to do a lean photo shoot. I tried it a few years ago, but I wasn't in the headspace. About 11 years ago, after my brother was in a car crash, I was just looking for an excuse to not think about life. And I said, oh, fucking, I'm going signing up to a bodybuilding photo shoot. Like, hello. I was barely lifting weights at the time. I was teaching all cardio. But anyway, I started it. I got to the calorie deficit and I couldn't do it because emotionally and mentally I had to stop because I knew, well, I was going to end up messed up in my head because, you know, eating less carbs, all of that on top of stress. So I ditched it, parked it. And this year I decided I'm doing it. I was like, that's it. I was finishing the year with something mad. And I was watching a few girls online and I said, you know what? I don't want to step on stage because I'm not into that crack, but I really want to just see what I can do with my body between now and Christmas. So booked in a lean photo shoot with a guy in Antrim, the 19th of December. And I said, look, it's hard now. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm still teaching a lot of my classes. Well, I'm still teaching 30% of my classes with my coaches. I'm still running a business. I'm still a single mother. I'm after moving house. I'm after doing loads of stuff. And I'm finding this 5 hours a week. It's not even 5 hours, an hour and 15 minutes, 5 days a week on top of what I'm already doing. I'm finding it tough. But do you know what I'm loving about it is I'm only at it now 2.5 weeks. I'm eating so much more food. I was eating really low calories there for the last few months and then binging. And I realised I was doing what my clients were doing until I started this plan. And I said to my coach, I'm eating all this food. Sure, I couldn't eat it. I was stomached. The first week I said, I can't. I was opening my jeans. I said, I just can't eat any more food. So it was proper food, like, and I still was the organic where I can, like the organic chicken, the organic fish, the organic veg. I would lean towards that. And I have done the last 4 years since giving up the drink and getting healthy. Really healthy, like zoning in and just seeing what I could do. But like, Jesus, I'm having like oats, Like I'm filling up oats, bagel, jam, chicken, rice, veg again, Greek yolk, like flat out eating, and I'm so much energy and lifting weights. The weights, I can lift heavier weights. I'm the same weight. I've been eating at my maintenance calories and a shitload of food. I stepped off plan every now and again, like EP or whatever. But my coach said, look, that's okay. Like everything else, like just, you're doing 80% of the work during the week. Like once you're not falling back into the 40-50% eating shite. But like I'm banging out heavy weights with the energy that I have from the proper food. And I know this is very PC, but like most of my clients will complain that their bowels don't move. Should they not eating like? And I am a regular like clockwork 3 times a day now. And like, because we have to track this with my coach. And I'm like, jeez, do you know what I mean? But it's all the fiber and getting 30 grams of fiber and getting 160 grams of protein a day. Which is a lot, and I wouldn't normally do this, but once this 12-week plan is over, we will reverse diet out and bring the protein back down. We'll keep the fiber high because I won't be banging out as much weight. I'll be going back to my normal routine that I was doing without like adding in the hour and a half 5 times a week, you know? So like, there's a lot to be said. If anyone's listening to this, women undereat. Lads, come on, eat up the right foods.
So true. So true. I would even say that people undereat the first meal of the day, whether it's breakfast or lunch. People can call it whatever they like or have it whatever time you want to have it at. We're not eating enough for breakfast. We're not eating enough for lunch. And then we're leaving it all at the end of the day. And we're absolutely starving Marvin. We nearly want to take a bite out of the spare phone that's here. And as a result of that, then that's when we choose. Our willpower only lasts so long, right? Might be okay on the Monday. Might be okay on the Tuesday. Say to someone in work or family member, I've been really good. And by the time Friday comes, they kick off the 2 high heels and they go shooting across the room and they pop up something bubbly and maybe they take away phone with the other hand and it comes straight to the door, and that's where's the killer. And it's really the damage is done from that meal and then the next knock-on effect where you don't move at all on the Saturday or the Sunday.
Yeah. Well, like I'm going to be honest now, like if I want a bar of chocolate, I'm having a bar of chocolate. Like, I don't care. Like, I'll burn it off in the gym. 1 bar of chocolate's not going to kill me. So, like, I'm not, even though I'm doing this 12-week plan, like 1 bar of chocolate a day, or even, I'm doing 2 squares of chocolate with him. Now, he wants me 100%. I said, you're never going to get 100% off me. Forget about it. I still have a monthly period. Forget about it. I guess so. Like, I'm having the bar of chocolate, and if the kids are having a pizza on a Friday and I have a slice, I'm having 1 slice. Do you know? I just cut back on all the Diet Coke and all that kind of crack and different things like that. I said, look, if I'm doing this now, I'm doing it. And I wouldn't have that much Diet Coke. I might have about 2 a week if I was out and about, but now I'm having sparkling water. And I'm just making a part of my life. Like now I know people might say, Korina, that's strict. But I'm coming from drink, drugs, fags, not sleeping, partying, raving. Like coming home every Friday, hating the job I was in, falling into 2 bottles of wine, waking up on a Saturday morning, hating my life. Like I'm coming from all of that. Like it's not just something that I decided to wake up and go, well, let's be healthy. It was kind of one springboarded into the other. When you start to feel good, you're like, oh, that makes me feel like shite. When you don't have it and you do have it. Yeah.
I have a question to ask you. So if someone was to ask you, Korina, what is the best approach if someone finds it difficult to only eat either on point or off point? They either are all on or they're all off. Like, what do you suggest to that kind of person? They're struggling, and is it a mindset thing, or is it, what would you suggest to that individual?
Like, it's everyone's goal is different. Like, if you're looking to be generally healthy, I would say, like, don't be hard on yourself. Like, you're going on, like, if they in a family, if they've work outings, you know yourself how it works with clients that have meetings and stuff like that. Everything's white everywhere, scones, like it's hard. So plan ahead is what I would say. Like if you know that you're going to have that work meeting, okay, lads, I'm going to have that work meeting. You know what? The scones are savage at those work meetings. Well, if the scones are savage at those work meetings, have that scone in the morning time. But know that blood sugars are going to crash. Have something ready for the next meal, protein-wise, to bring you back up. Because it's the crashes that gets them. Have something ready for the next meal and then plan around it. You know, if I'm going to a wedding, which I had my brother's wedding, I'm not going to sit there and not eat the food. like, I did. I ate the food, but I had my good breakfast. I did my workout before the wedding that morning online with my members. I got ready. I had my oats. I had my protein. I did. I just went like, why would I not do it? Had my oats, my protein, and that filled me up then until the wedding. And I had 2 little bits of food at the appetizers or whatever you call them, because I was hungry. And then when it came to the meal, I just ate what I wanted from the plate, knowing that, okay, there's more food coming, don't do the dog on greenage, And I wasn't, I had sparkling water, green tea, happy out. But that's me. But like if someone was drinking, it's just choose your suppering wisely, is what I would say. Like if you like your drink, if wine makes you feel like shite, can you have something else? Can you have vodka sparkling water, Bacardi sparkling water? That's what I did when I stepped stone giving up the drink. I chose my suffering wisely. Wine made me feel depressed. I stopped it and I moved on to vodka and sparkling water. I got sick of that after a while. And then I was like, oh, she's what'll I do now? I went on to light cider. That gave me spots and irritated my stomach, and I thought, okay, I can't do this anymore. What's the next thing I can do? So you're always looking for a better choice within the choice, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, very good. And suppose going through those steps in that process is what people have to do. Keep on trying, because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, I think it's Einstein that said it's the definition, and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity.
Yeah, like I'd never tell anyone to give up the drink. I'd say, look, you can keep doing what you want, but can you make a better choice within it? And if something's making you feel shit, why would you be banging your head off the wall again? Woody Woodpecker, except your beak is gone. It's worn off.
Absolute gold. I have another question, right? In relation to, all right, the coach that you currently have for roughly around 12 odd weeks, how important do you think accountability is, you being a coach and being coached at the same time?
Come here, 100%. There's no way. Like I have to check in with this lad twice a week. Now, I haven't been good the last week because I said to him, I'm at EP. It's the first week back of fitness where the floodgates are open and the sheep and everyone's coming out going, we all want to get fit. And I'm like, can't help you all now. So, so this week's busy. So I did say to him, you'll get the bare minimum check-in from me this week. But the fact that I have to check in with him, like I have to give him photos twice a week. Type look, I'm going for the photo shoot. Like this week, he said, look, you're going to be busy this week. Just focus on your cardio after your workouts. I focus on trying to hit your protein. I said, grand. But a coach it's vital. And like, I'm a coach and I need a coach. Like I have coaches for my marketing and my business. And I now have this coach between now and Christmas. And everyone was like, why are you paying him? And I was like, but sure, I paid him because I'm going to show up. And if there's no value in it, you're not going to show up. There has to be value in it to show up, because then you're like, okay, sometimes I get a bit pissed off with myself that I put myself under this bit of pressure, but I work better under pressure. I work better kind of on the clock a little bit. I'm going, okay, I need to do this, because otherwise I was going to wait till I was 50 to do this shoot. And I was like, why am I waiting till I'm 50? I could be dead. Like this year alone, 5 people around me just disappeared off the earth. And I was like, screw this. And like, if I want to do something, I'm doing this now.
Fair play. And that's another probably point to mention, right? You have accountability and you have a set target date. You're not just going, oh, I'll just have a coach for 12 weeks. You want something at the end of it, as opposed to, right, coach, help me a little bit, and whatever we come to, I'd be happy. No, you have a specific target, you have a specific goal, and a specific date.
You have to be specific about lads, because like this is the thing. Like I'm like you. I run programs, and if people are kind of hairy fairy, okay, they're going to get hairy fairy results, and they're generally happy with the hairy fairy results to get them going, which is totally fine. And I think that takes the pressure off some people who just kind of want to be involved in something and to feel like they're actually doing something, even if it's only at maths and in first gear. I'd still prefer people to do that. But for me in particular, I have a specific goal. And like I had pictures on my phone. I did a goal chart. Like when I'm feeling shit in the gym, and at the moment I went too hard yesterday because there was a 20-year-old beside me, and I was like, sure, Jesus, I have to show off when it's a 20-year-old. And now I have a tight back. I had an Epsom salt bath there in between calls. I said, cop on, Korina, you're 43. But like I have pictures on my phone, and I have no problem showing you now. You can only see some of it. There's a new car. There's a girl swimming in the sea. And over here is the picture of what I want in December, like the visible abs, the visible arms. So I have that vision board on my phone. So every time I open my phone, I need to make it smaller, and it's called September to December goals. So every time I open that phone, I see that car going, okay, you need to pay off the shit that you have to get that car. Okay, you need to practice in the sea to be able to get more confidence swimming without touching the floor, which I have done this summer. So everything that's in front of me. And I even have Michael, because he's on the same plan, my partner. Every time I'm in the gym, he texts me the picture of the girl going, remember your goal. And I'm like, screw you, I'm going to beat the shit out of this. So like every time I'm feeling like shit, I open that picture and go, you're grand, just get on with it. Because it's just a visual reminder of, oh, joy, you're going to do them. Because we all have a big.
Would you be able to even further expand? Where did you first come across that, right? Because the idea is, like, that's something that I would do, right? There's goal boards in my bedroom. There's visuals, even if it's doodles. I haven't expanded to the phone yet, but that's something that I definitely would take ideas from yourself. And that's why I love having conversations with people. And that's a simple tip. If you want to be healthy, start listening and talking to people who are healthier. You will get ideas, whether it's to put something on your phone, eat a certain way, do a type of exercise, and that's something I can't recommend enough.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm like, I first started reading the book The Secret, when I was in my 20s. We weren't really the most positive, like, outlook and family. We always had drive as a family. Like, we were always chancers, as I used to call it. Like, we just chance and see would it work. The whole lot of us. We weren't really that academic as a family, but we were chancers. If we thought we could do something, we'd put our mind to it. So I remember my brother gave us the book The Secret back in the 20s, and I read it front to back. And I'll show you. Well, I don't know, will this people be able to see this? I actually wrote myself out a check, and I have it on my fridge, a Bank of Ireland check, and I have it on my fridge to pay myself $1 million on the 27th of May, 2028. So where all this visualization started was back in The Secret, back when I read it. Anyone could read that book. And I was like, I want to chance this. If you can visually see it played out in your head like a movie. And I've tested and tried this, and I'll give you examples right now, as in TV3 this morning. And if you can visually play it out like a movie set in your head, and visually be specific in your head, who's there, the people that's there, the feelings that's there, where are you, what you're doing, you're basically giving your mind a route back to where you want to go. You visualize the end goal, and you work your way backwards in your head, and be specific, timelines, who's going to be there. So I did a course years ago. I never actually finished the exams in it, because for various different reasons, I kind of took a bit disliking to the whole thing. But I did a course years ago during COVID about the mind and how the mind works. And break habits and break loads of hypnotherapy. I learned loads about myself and getting to the root cause of everything. And there's a root cause to everything if you wake up to it and actually see your shit. Even lately now in a new relationship, I'm spotting so much shit about myself. I'm like, holy shit, I reacted really badly. Where the root cause was. And when you actually sit down and think about it and give yourself time and actually breathe and meditate, you'll find the root cause. But getting back to the visualization, I tried and tested it, and it works. I visualized mad stuff with business, even right back with my ex-husband, the hotels, the restaurants, everything, the houses, the cars. I visualized everything and worked towards it, and we got it. And I was on TV3 2 years ago for the singles walks that I do. And I said to the girls, we'd be back again doing fitness on this. And they were, how would you know? And I was like, sit in my head now, we're going to be here. And lo and behold, one way or another, without even trying to pursue this, we were on TV3 again this morning. Or Ireland AM, sorry, it's not TV3, Virgin Media. They hate that, Ireland AM. And the girl said to me this morning, you said this 2 years ago up in Killiney Hill that you would have eco fitness on the TV again. And here you are now with your visualization again. I do vision boards. I did a vision board 5 years ago for my business. I'm only 5 years in business with eco fitness. I was working for other people up until then. Single mom, 4 jobs, has to be done. So as the kids got a bit older, I said, screw it, I'm going to go up by myself. Stone broke, did it anyway, and built it up. Was down with 7 coaches, but I visualized that. I wrote down what I wanted for eco fitness. I wanted eco fitness studios, more than one, which now we have 3. which I'm actually cutting down to 2 because the third one I'm not really onto it. So that's okay to be variable with it and be okay to go. Don't let your ego kick in just because you want 4 fucking studios. Like, you have to make it what's working money wise. Like, don't let the ego kick in. I said we were going to travel with Eco Fitness. We have had the most travel last year with ski trips, Camino, Spain, Aran Islands, Connemara, like flat out with Eco Fitness trips, Eco Fitness walks. I wanted to do single events, didn't know how it was going to happen. All that went on the vision board. I wanted a white car. I got my white car. The only thing that's on the vision board, what was on that vision board was, do you know the old Volkswagen, really cool travel vehicles? Do you know the old ones? What do you call them? They're not a Beetle,
Yeah, exactly right.
camper vans.
Yeah, camper van thing.
Yeah, the Volkswagen camper vans. That was on it because I wanted to travel more, and I did. A girl in the sea, because I wanted to learn how to swim and swim in a beach in the sea properly, which I did this year. And there was loads of stuff on it. There was like community holding hands, a load of people holding hands, because I wanted a community built around the world, which we brought people literally traveled around the world, even to Paraguay last year, planting trees. It all happened. And it was only this year that I went, there's one thing on that vision board that hasn't happened yet, is the little cottage on the hilltop facing the sea with the mountains in the background. But I know it's coming. It'll eventually come. So I'll move that on to the next vision board.
That's so.
It works. It works.
Oh, I'm all for visualization.
Get on it, lads.
Yeah, big time. Whether it's on a piece of paper or it's on your phone, I'm all over that. And to get on to, I suppose, topic that I want to mention is the likes of your app. Explain a little bit more about this app and what it is and what it does.
Yeah, so I've had a few of them, because the goal, the long-term goal eventually is, and sure, look, there has to be a goal, there has to be a personal side to it, but there has to be a financial side to it as well. Like, everyone's like, oh, you can't be greedy now, and she's getting ahead of herself. But at the same time, lads, I bills, and I was long enough suffering, so my time is coming as well. So that's the way I look at it, is my time is coming, but you have to work for it. Anyone that gets the financial freedom, they just didn't get handed to them unless they won the lotto. You work for it. Even the likes of people boxing, they worked for that. It depends on what they do with it after that. That's their own business. But I started, this is my 3rd app. Each year, each time something new comes out, I have to upgrade and go, well, I'm not happy with that now. I want something different. So the app that I have now, I probably won't hold on to because I have someone else organised and lined up for next January. They're just fixing a few things. I do online workouts, live workouts 3 times a week, 6:30 in the morning, Wednesday, Friday, weighted sessions. They're live, can see the clients, all that kind of crack. This is done through the app. We have on-demand sections, which is broken up into full body, upper body. These are all workouts that we pre-recorded since the COVID years. They're all there and broken up into sections. Let's just say the guys now that are joining in September that can't show up to the live, they follow the September challenge, 7 workouts laid out that they reset in October to new ones that we record, myself and my coaches, from yoga, Pilates, full body, upper body. I have them on messages. I get them now spiel every now and again, and message going, right, lads, time to pull up the socks now and put up your big girl pants and your big man pants. It's time to get your shit together. So I go in with a little motivational message on the group. There's a course there as well where they have like educational pieces like what is a calorie, what do you need proteins for, why is it so important, women's hormones. A lot of people don't even know about their period. I only learned about it 5 years ago, actually what happens, because I was getting to that stage where I was like, okay, I'm in bits, and I only learned 5 years ago about my period. It doesn't get told in school. Progesterone, estrogen, and I had no interest up until then, even though I had 2 kids. No interest, because everything happened so easily for me. I didn't have to learn about it. But now it's getting so important. There's little educational videos. So the app was just there to feel like, because I know Eco Fitness is going to grow, I get anxiety if I don't feel like I'm being a mammy to my members. So the app is bringing them back to me again. So I get anxiety. If I don't know what Mary's at, I get anxiety. Where's Mary? What's she doing? How is she? She's like, how's her cancer? How's the recovery going? So the app brings them all back to me again, that I can kind of check in or see what they're at, or even have them on a little message. You know, if you need me, reach out to me, lads. So I do. I'm the mammy coach, and everyone else is kind of get down to nitty gritty, and I come in and I'm kind of a bit of a mammy going, are you all right there now, lads? Are you sure that's not too heavy? So it kind of brings everyone back to me again. But the idea is that obviously the long-term goal for eco fitness is we already have people all over Ireland and Spain, it's Germany on our app already. And the idea is that eventually I'll develop an app or get an app that works what I want, which is worldwide, and just get eco fitness around the world where the hands come in the vision board. That's the goal.
Amazing. You're some woman. You're a single mom with 2 kids. How do you have time for it all?
It's a schedule. Boom, 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 boom. Literally everything is down to an absolute T. Now, look at shit comes in on the diary. My daughter sold her car recently. She's 20. Nate, we moved house. Nathan's is an hour cycle away from school. There's a bit of upheaval at the moment, but we just figure out solutions. So the way I look at it is, things will pop into your diary and upset the apple cart. Like people on your plan, people on my plan. Oh, Jesus, the mother's sick or the father's sick. Listen, there's always going to be something. Come up with a solution. How quick can you come up with a solution to free up your time in that situation and move on? So for me, the solution with Nathan is get him an electric bike. Like, I know it costs money, but at the long-term grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal if it frees up your time for 2 years. Lydia got a car. It's her money, she's buying it. I just need to give up my time to help her get a car. And like, once I get that done, that's off my books. And then I'm like, all right, we're back to we're back to speed. We're back to 5th gear, 6th gear again. So my thing is, if something comes in on your diary, get a solution for as quick as you possibly can. Get it off your plate and move on.
Love it. You're such a doer, Korina. That's the thing. And your visualization of the likes of, when it comes in here, I need to get it done, to clear it, to move on to the next thing.
Yeah. And look, stuff will come in, like the busiest month of the year for anyone in fitness. That's like moving the house, the kids, an hour away for like an hour cycle away from school. I was like, Jesus, I didn't really plan this, did I? And it's just like, right, it was a bit of a headache, to be fair, for a week, but just sit down. How can we make this better? Electric bike, boom, chat with the dad, right, this is how we need to make this better. This is how we make this better and get it off our plate so the two of us can move on. And get on with our stuff. Don't be harping on about, like, come up with a solution and get it done.
Do it. I mean, is there anything that you want as well?
It's like you, get on the good stuff.
Oh, that's something that leans into everything now. Food, exercise, movement in itself. And I was so delighted to meet you in person. Oh my God. And it's one of those things that if you are following people or connecting, which we were, and chatting through the likes of the DMs and things like that, as soon as I saw you, beside a big massive love heart, actually. That's where I thought. Oh, God's sake. I love it. Can't recommend it enough, lads. EP. It nearly wrecked me, but it was unbelievable.
I love it. I love it. There's only a few years that I didn't go, and I didn't go at the beginning because the kids were small, but every year, sober and everything, I don't care. Like, I love the crack and I love the culture, the hippie office, everything, the colours, the crack, everyone's in good form, the music, even the food. There's really good food stalls there, like, there really is. And just the quirkiness of it and the madness of it. Like, just let loose.
You wouldn't know who you'd meet. Yeah, I let loose. I was up on tables and also, and people nearly don't believe you. Like, for whether it's myself or yourself, they're like, how are you not, literally, I'm going to say, what are you drinking? Like, how are you so high? And it's that idea of high on life, because we're so delighted to be healthy, because both myself and yourself are people who have lived unhealthier lives previously and now literally do not want to go anywhere near back there. Would love to even go further up here.
Yeah. Well, it all comes down to, like, mood. Like, I can't be depressed around my kids. I used to be. At one stage, there was that particular time where I was in a job I didn't like a good few years ago before I started eco fitness. Depressed out of my absolute head and rolling from Friday to Friday, come again Monday, falling into that job that I absolutely hated, and coming home, taking out the kids a bottle of wine, and I was on that. And like, if I don't take a chance now, I knew perimenopause was coming. I said, right, I'm 40s, perimenopause is coming. If it's not like my mother's, I'm fucked. So I was like, going, if we're going to run with this now, pick now. Like, we need to pick now to get going. And I just went, sure, look it. I'm broke anyway, and I'm working 4 jobs because I'm paying for everything. So I might as well be broke and building something worthwhile. So that's the way I looked at it. It wasn't that easy now. I walked out of the job and went straight down social welfare, and I went, and exactly what I said to your man was, there has to be something here that you can give me to make my day like better. Because I'm telling you, if you just give me something, I'll be off it within a year. And they did. They gave me this, I don't know what it was, build your own business kind of shit anyway. And I took it and I said, I promise you, I will be off that. And I was. And I built and I started. He gave me a little bit of a kickstart to build the business. And that's what I did. I said, I'm broke anyway into press. So I might as well be broke into press and building something that I actually enjoy. And that's what happened.
Very good story with me. Very
Go to give me this. And he said, why? And I walked straight in with my uniform on because I thought I left that place. Half got fired, half left. And I'm here now because I don't want to go back there. So what are you going to do for me? And I promised him, and I sat in that chair and I said, I promise you, I will have nothing got to do with you in a year. And he said, right.
But there are so many people that actually are in a position right now, Korina, where they're unhappy, they're sad, they're depressed, they're anxious, they're minding kids, they don't have any kids or don't have any partner or do have a partner. And the idea is they're afraid to literally make that move. But it's great to have someone you on here just to share your story. And it is a serious struggle. Like, I know, like, we're laughing about it a little bit now, but it was a hell of a lot of a struggle for you to come out of that. But sometimes we have to literally be in that difficult situation. All right. It has to be hard before it can be good.
And you have to believe that it will work out and that everything that your obstacle that's put in front of you is like teaching you a lesson to get you to the whole story. And the best advice I was given years ago was get the hell out of your own effing way. And all that was stopping me was my shadow self, my insecurities, and I'm not good enough. And who do you think you are coming from a small town that's right and online and everybody's going to be talking about you. Once I kind of got out of my way and actually not give a shite then, and I was sure they're not paying my bills anyway. And I've so much to share to the world that, okay, I'm no one special, but like I've so much stuff to share and the obstacles that somebody might get something out of. And if it's just one person, I actually don't care. My life is complete then. I'm happy. You know? Just get out of your own way. There's nobody in your way.
That is the quote of the day. Get out of your own way. Korina, I'm super conscious of your time, right?
It's you.
It is just you. It's you or whatever's in between your two ears, and make sure that you're your own best friend. Because saying things negative to yourself, that I can't, that I won't, you most certainly will not. If you say you can and you will, you most certainly will, of course.
Yeah. That says, you fucking rolled out of bed because the stiffness in my back going, can't believe I was competing that 20-year-old in the gym, you gobshite. And I rolled up out of bed going, you're getting up, you're taking anti-inflammatory and you're just getting on with it and breathe. Use the tools that you know to calm this little back situation down. Breathe through the nose. Try not to think about too much. Stretch, anti-inflammatory, out the gap, Epsom salt bath. And I did all of that today and I'm actually okay. So like, just get out of your own way and come up with a solution.
Absolutely love it. Korina, where's the best place for people to reach out to you or find out more about what you do or where you're based? What's your social media handles?
Ecofitness.ie. Ecofitness now is kind of its own little company, really. Like, there's a few of us working there, so it's not all about me anymore. So ecofitness_.ie on Instagram. I set up my own little page there recently, trying to share my 12-week journey. Sure, I'm pretty bad time wise. I'm just Korina Duffy, Korina, Korina's Fit Lifestyle on my other page. But Eco Fitness is the main one. And then the website or podcast or whatever. It's all there anyway, that's.
Perfect. Korina, I always end these shows by saying stay tuned, stay classy and keep it organic. And other than that, thanks so much for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me on.